My name is Grant Rahmeyer, the founder of Rah Law. We have been handling medical negligence cases for years. Medical negligence cases, also called medical malpractice, are some of the most difficult cases both to prosecute and to try to a jury. The research out there shows that the hospitals and doctors win approximately 90% of the medical negligence cases that go to trial. That's not to say that that is what our record is, but the odds are against us. And the problem with medical negligence cases, and that a lot of people don't understand, and even a lot of lawyers don't understand, is what is necessary in order to bring a medical negligence case. Let's first talk about what a medical negligence case is not, okay? There's no reason to call an attorney while you're in the hospital because you don't like what a doctor or nurse did. There is nothing an attorney can do about that. We aren't doctors. We aren't going to be able to change an order. We aren't going to be able to get you medication. We aren't going to be able to get you surgery. We aren't going to be able to treat your wound or anything post-surgery. So please, if that's the situation, that is not what medical negligence is there for. And there's nothing that a lawyer, a civil lawyer like me or any of my colleagues can do. Now, when do you need to call an attorney? You need to call an attorney if you've been seriously injured by a hospital or doctor. When I say seriously injured, I'm talking about someone that is either dead, they lost a limb, or they no longer have the ability to do their job or work. Generally, a few extra days in the hospital and even an extra surgery is not enough for a medical negligence case. And why is that? The reason is that these cases are so expensive. Under Missouri law, in order to even bring a medical negligence case, we have to hire an expert. We have to hire a doctor that will review the case and sign off on it. And as you can imagine, doctors make a lot of money. And if I want them to read through a bunch of medical records, they're going to charge me a lot of money. So to bring these cases, it costs a lot. Most medical negligence cases cost well over $100,000 to try. So in order for a case for either the attorney or my client to come out ahead, the person has to be severely injured in a very sad situation. Otherwise, we simply cannot afford to bring the case. We'll simply be paying experts and no one will actually recover in the case. So what are some common causes of medical neglect? There's medication errors, there's overdoses, there's operating on the wrong side of the body. And honestly, one of the most common causes of medical neglect is simply doctors, nurses, and hospitals not listening to the patient. In this day and age of medicine, doctors are under the gun, nurses are under the gun. They don't have enough time, they're understaffed, and they're overwhelmed. And sadly, in some of those situations, when someone's trying to explain what's going on with them, whether their stomach's in severe pain, whether they have the worst headache of their life, or many other situations, the doctors, because of the way our medicine is practiced, and it's kind of corporate medicine now, they simply don't take the time to listen to the patient. If that happens, it's still not time to call a lawyer unless their failure to listen causes severe damages. By severe damages, I mean loss of limb, loss of life. These cases are extremely difficult. Few lawyers in this state have received medical negligence verdicts at all, no less record verdicts. At Rah Law, we received one of the highest medical negligence verdicts in the history of Missouri. Actually, the highest at the time was almost $30 million. The reason for that verdict was that the doctor simply did not listen to our young client who had a severe disease process going on that left her essentially in a comatose state for 3 years, and now she has a lifetime of severe brain damage. In order to bring these types of cases, the lawyer essentially has to know the medicine better than the doctor. They have to study it. They have to take the time. And that is why when it comes to medical negligence cases, we are extremely picky at Rah Law. We can only take so many cases because they are so expensive and they are so time consuming that if we took every case, we would never have time to push any of them. So I probably get more medical negligence calls than any other type of call. And what I have to say is, sadly, most medical negligence calls that we get, we are not able to take. We simply do not have enough time. But if you feel that you or your family member has been severely injured by a hospital or doctor, please give us a call. It costs you nothing for us to hear your story.